Hey guys, welcome back to Anime Gossips. This is my recap for the anime Devil May Cry. The story begins in an old church where the armed robbers hacked the cameras and shut them down. Apparently, someone forgot to install antivirus on holy ground. Then they make a blast and take down several guards one by one on their way in and start to steal the expensive items. Suddenly, a mysterious rabbit appears there and says he didn't realize the heist has a dress code. So he comes in his Easter costume. The robbers get shocked, and one of them asks what that thing is. The other robber replies he's got no idea what it is, so let's just finish it off. The rabbit says that there's no need for that and mentions Americans are the most dependable species who destroy anything that they don't understand and fear. The rabbit says the four so-called soldiers of fortune have been stealing mere common stones for just 2.5 million. They can't even notice something that is right in front of them, which is beyond earthly value. The robbers get surprised and ask how he knows the price they were offered. The rabbit says it's because he is the one who offered them the job. He then shatters the glass and pulls out a sword that looks mythical and dangerous. The rabbit mentions it's the Force Edge, the sword of the demon knight Sparta. He says it's ironic that the most holy place would have the most powerful weapon from hell. The rabbit mentions hell is what humans call it, so they can aim all their savageries at another world, which is his world. One robber says that he talks a lot for a rabbit. He says the rabbit can do whatever he wants as long as he pays them their price for the job. The rabbit says they should rest assured, as he will pay everything they're owed. Then he turns around and slashes the robber's head. I think he plays Fruit Ninja, cause that is a smooth cut. The other robbers get shocked and start shooting at the rabbit with everything they have got. But he defends himself with the Force Edge sword and takes them down one by one. Suddenly the guards come there and surround him. But he says this is where they stand together on the threshold of a new age, the age of the demon. Then he detonates the bomb and a huge explosion happens there. The guards start running for their lives, but the fire and wreckage take them down one by one. The rabbit stands there in the middle of the burning flames and gives a sinister smile. Meanwhile, a woman is walking with her baby in a street, and suddenly someone bumps into her and she drops her things. As she collects everything from the floor, her baby disappears. But a few seconds later, she reappears. When the woman gets up, she notices that her baby doesn't have her toy with her, so she gets into the alley. She mentions that her daughter does this all the time at the worst possible time. She then finds the toy, but when she tries to pick it up, she gets scared as she senses someone is there. Suddenly, 3 demons appear behind her, and one of them grabs her by the throat. It seems like they want the toy as well. As the demon is choking her, the woman begs them to leave her daughter alone, which seems to confuse the demon, who asks what daughter she's talking about. Suddenly, a man named Dante appears there and starts shooting the demons. The 2 demons jump at him to attack, but he eliminates them both easily. The one demon who is holding the woman uses her as a shield to protect itself, but Dante finishes it as well. He goes near the scared woman and tries to say some cool lines, but ultimately fails. The woman thanks him for saving both her and her baby. Dante then explains that there have been some other attacks in that area, so his client hires him to look into them. The woman gets confused and asks what kind of work he does, and Dante replies he works as a demon hunter. While they are talking, blue tentacles appear from the baby's hand and try to attack Dante. But Dante notices something's off and goes to check the baby, but everything seems normal to him. Suddenly, the baby turns into a monster and tries to get his necklace, so Dante pulls out his gun to shoot it. But the woman, unaware of what's going on, yells at him to stop. He tries to explain that it's not her baby, but before he can explain it, she hits him with her bag and escapes with the child, or whatever that thing is. Dante runs after her, but due to the heavy crowd, he's not able to find her. The next day, there's news about the attack on the Vatican Old Church spreading around the world. It's reported that these attacks are carried out by a suspect who has wings on his back. Politicians around the world are debating what's actually going on, and Americans are insisting that they, as the greatest, should be the ones to investigate all of this. The surveillance image clearly shows some sort of weaponized wing suit, and that's not something USA military technology can do. They then start to blame the Russians, and one guy actually sees through this lie and tries to warn people that the demons are the ones who attacked, but no one believes him. Meanwhile, there is a meeting between a high-ranking politician and officers of the United States who are listening to Dr. Fisher, who is there to confirm that the attacks are indeed performed by demons. The officers over there don't believe him. However, The vice president says that Dr. Fisher is an excellent physicist who knows what he is talking about. The president still doubts and asks the doctor how he can be so sure that these attacks are performed by demons. Dr. Fisher explains that he is a member of Darkcom, and the DNA sample that his team takes from the scene belongs to a demon. He explains that demons are related to humans and live in a parallel universe where they are exposed to much harsher circumstances and therefore are stronger and easily adapt to different environments. Someone asks him whether this parallel universe he's talking about is hell. However, the doctor says it's just people using mythology to explain reality, as every culture on Earth tells the same stories about demons and the underworld. Dr. Fisher explains that the demon and human worlds have been separated for a whole millennium by a field of quantum interference. However, naturally occurring disturbances in this field lead to portals opening, allowing low-ranking demons to cross into this world. Thankfully, these openings are not stable enough for bigger and stronger monsters to pass through. As the doctor is explaining all of this, a man appears there with a new evidence. It's a video of the heist in the Vatican Old Church, where they see that the mysterious rabbit has taken the sword of Sparta and is eliminating every robber. He says the gates of hell will be opened soon and mentions if they want to catch him, they should find a hunter. The doctor believes that the mysterious rabbit is playing with them by giving clues to his next attack. So they need to find the hunter he's talking about. The vice president orders them to find every demon hunter they can and bring them to him. Then a special team starts to catch all the demon hunters around there with no mercy. Meanwhile, Dante is eating ice cream at a cafe, unaware of anything. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a truck crashes into the cafe. Noticing the man eating next to the window, Dante runs and throws him out of the way, then picks up the waitress and jumps behind the counter. As the truck hits the building, a huge explosion happens, but no one gets hurt. Dante tells the waitress to take them away from there. As Dante is leaving, a man walks toward him from the flames, calling him his brother. Dante is shocked and gets flashbacks of his past, as his brother has already died. Suddenly, his brother's hand turns into tentacles, and he attacks him. Dante dodges them and shoots his brother, and it turns out it's the creepy baby demon from earlier. The monster tries to get away from Dante by going down through a ventilator, but Dante shoots the floor, making a shortcut to get down. He starts searching for the demon inside, and suddenly the demon tries to attack him from behind. Meanwhile, the military is investigating all of the demon hunters in search of the one that the mysterious rabbit requested. Suddenly, one of the captured demon hunters says that he knows someone who's a broker for demon hunters and mercenaries. The broker said to him that he would set up a job for a talking bunny. The demon hunter then tells them the broker's name is Enzo Farino. The SWAT team then goes to arrest him in a club. Enzo tries to run away through the crowd, but a girl suddenly opens a staff room door, which hits him, and he falls unconscious, so the SWAT team arrests him. When he wakes up, he's handcuffed. After some light threatening, he confesses that the talking rabbit has visited him and offered him a lot of money for a job. The vice president asks him if a 6-foot talking rabbit doesn't seem strange to him. Enzo replies it wasn't weird to him, as the rabbit offered him a good price, so he forgot to ask. But the rabbit wanted to hire a specific demon hunter named Dante to take out some demons. Dr. Fisher believes that this is the hunter the rabbit requested, so he finds more information on Dante. The vice president asks if there's anything that explains the rabbit's interest, but Dr. Fisher mentions that Dante just unauthorizedly quit 5 missions because he got bored. Meanwhile, the battle between Dante and the demon continues. Dante manages to avoid the attack, but the demon still doesn't give up and tells him to hand over his amulet. Dante creeped out that the demon has transformed into his dead brother and shoots at him. The demon then manages to capture Dante and takes his amulet, but Dante forces his way out of the demon's grip and punches him into the wall. He takes his necklace back, but is confused about why the demon is trying to steal it. The demon isn't interested in answering and mentions that he's a shapeshifter, but it's ironic that Dante doesn't know what he actually is. The shapeshifter then starts expanding like he's about to explode, but he just transforms into a bat and flies away from there. Meanwhile, the investigation is still going on, and Enzo is trying to save himself by giving more information. He reveals that he heard stronger demons can transfer their consciousness and possess things, and he believes that's exactly what the rabbit is doing. He says he doesn't know the rabbit's location, to which the vice president replies that they have already found the white rabbit and sent a team to catch him. Enzo says that if they sent a team after him, then there are no survivors. However, the vice president mentions there is only one survivor. He then asks Enzo about the Sword of Sparta, and surprisingly, Enzo knows a few things about it. He tells them the old story that Sparta was an ancient demon who saved humanity by casting a spell to create a wall between two realms. It's the power of his sword that let him do this, with the help of a magic amulet. Then he split the amulet into two pieces and hid it somewhere so no one could find it. Dr. Fisher checks the sword in the footage and notices it has a slot in the hilt to hold something. He has already theorized that the quantum interference blocking the rift between the two realms is broadcast by some form of transmitter. He then realizes the amulet is the transmitter. Each half of the amulet generates different signals, and the Sword of Sparta is the decoder. Dr. Fisher mentions that if someone finds both parts of the amulet and puts them back into the sword and uses it, then there will be no more wall between the two realms. Then all kinds of demons could come through the portals and destroy Earth. Dr. Fisher then says if the rabbit is after the sword, then he must be trying to open the rift. So he will also need the two amulet pieces. Looking at the photos of the crime scene, the vice president realizes that the rabbit already has one part of the amulet. That's when the soldier who survived the attack appears to share a very sensitive information. Apparently, the rabbit was angry because he already knows where the other half of the amulet is. But he failed to get it, so he is going to try again soon. According to the soldier, the other half of the amulet belongs to the person hired for the setup job. The vice president then realizes that person is none other than the demon hunter Dante. And that's the end of the video. Please comment and let me know if you want a recap of the next episode of this anime. As always, if you liked what you saw, subscribe to the channel. I'll be uploading a lot of videos just like this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Till then, goodbye.